Well, it's nice to get a moment, a breather before the next round of snow moves in. And this is the beauty of this time of year. We're in March. The sun's rays are more direct. And so we really see melting happening a lot more quickly, or if at all, again, in places where we see some exposed ground. And this is an example of it. We've got blue sky here, sunshine right now. And crews at Luther Family Ford at the lot here went through and plowed the additional snow we saw yesterday and last night. And still there was some snow on the road, but even a little bit of that darker asphalt being exposed absorbs all of that sun's energy and quickly melts things. So we've been seeing that a lot of melting there, and of course on our road surfaces too as well. So that helps for travel here as we go through the day, especially as our temperatures too are nearing the freezing point as well. So that's the silver lining, I guess you could say, with any snow that we get this time of year, is it does start to melt rather quickly. Looking at your radar and satellite map right now, we've got clear skies for most areas. Anywhere you see white that's not moving, that's the snowpack that's being seen with clear skies. Where you see some movement here, this area in southeastern North Dakota, that's where we've got clouds making their way in advance of this next system that's going to affect us. So yes, we are kind of in between systems here. We've got the bulk of the last system moving eastward in the Great Lakes, and then a little band that's trying to get going into South Dakota ahead of this next round. It's going to take its time, but eventually we will start to see some snow move in. We've also had some fog develop in places and lower visibility, and there are still some areas getting a few flakes and flurries underneath areas where we have cloud cover, like in Devil's Lake. Our visibility there is at 6 miles. Oaks is at less than 2 miles visibility, and Carrington's at 1. So it's not perfect out there, and in fact, some places are doing a little bit worse off than others. Winds at least are not that strong yet. You can see a sign of a little bit of increase in wind out to the west as this system's getting closer. Not bad yet, but we're seeing some wind speeds into the teens, and temperatures right now 20s and 30s. It's 30 in Fargo, 28 degrees right now in Grand Forks. So here's how things are going to be shaping up for us. Most of the day today should be pretty quiet for most of us. But as we head into the afternoon, we'll see temperatures approaching the freezing mark in some spots, just generally being under that though for most areas, especially in eastern North Dakota, and that wind just getting going. So this is 5 o'clock. We'll have some gusts into the 20s at that point. The evening drive should be fairly okay. We won't have any snow coming down at that point, at least here in our viewing area. But out to the west, that snow will be starting and it will eventually be moving in. So by 8 o'clock tonight, we're already seeing that snow potential in the James River Valley. Winds here getting stronger, getting some gusts by late tonight into perhaps the 30-mile-per-hour range there. And eventually this moves eastward overnight along with the snow. So overnight and into the first part of the day, Saturday, is when I think we'll see some of our worst conditions with this system. It's going to be where it's snowing and where it's combining with that wind. So starting off 4 a.m. tomorrow, you can see that's going to be more into eastern North Dakota and beyond at that point. But eventually this does travel eastward. So by 7 o'clock, we've got some heavier snowfall rates here in the dark blue and purple. And then this coincides with those winds gusting out of the southeast, 40, maybe even up to 50 miles per hour. For tomorrow morning rather, and then heading into the afternoon, this continues to travel eastward. So more and more of us in Minnesota start picking up the snow. This is at noon tomorrow. So basically widespread there. Now into the afternoon and evening hours, we've got our low passing overhead. Let's take a look at that here. That low is going to determine where the ongoing snow is. If it tracks where we're looking at right now, we're looking at snow remaining in the northern valley, but a break overnight Saturday night in the south. Once it travels to the east by Sunday morning, here comes the wraparound snow lasting into midday with the wind eventually easing up too, but it's going to be strong on Sunday as well. Here's a look at our snowfall potential. Anywhere in dark blue, we're looking at 6+. Some of us in northeastern North Dakota may even get about a foot of snow with this one. So again, heavy snow, strong winds, blizzard potential at times, especially on Saturday morning. Next week we can breathe a little bit. We'll get a few days in a row, a few days in a row. I'd say Monday through maybe Wednesday early, where we're looking at dry conditions.
Oh, well, that'll be great because it's exhausting just hearing you say another 6 inches. Oh my gosh.
We'll take what we can get, but yeah, this weekend's going to be the toughest here this week.